I never knew this existed.
You are about to enter a new dimension in television, a dimension of 3D sight, sound, and space.
Hey guys, so today I wanted to talk about something that I've been meaning to do a video on for a long time. This is something that's just kind of fallen through the cracks. I've probably alluded to it before, I'm sure I have, and I've said I wanted to do a video on it, but it's just never come to pass. So I have pretty much all of their releases up through now, which is early May 2026. Their newest release is House of Dreams. This is a great release. I had never heard of this movie. It does have some shorts that I've heard of on it as a kind of a bonus feature, but I am going to do a video on that release, so keep an eye out for that and see if there's anything you can glean from that review. But enough of that, let's get into these tapes and check them out, because I'm really excited to go through these with you guys. So the first one we have is Cards of Death. This came out in 1986, but I believe this is the first time this was ever released in the States, was from Bleeding Skull when they put this out back in 2014. So this was their first release. This was a partnership with Mondo Video. This was limited, but I'm not sure what it was limited to. Probably a couple hundred, maybe 500, something like that. Or maybe somebody out there can tell me if you know. But yeah, this was the first release from Bleeding Skull, and like I said, the first time this movie was released in the US on home video. So really cool to have this. This is one of the harder ones to find. They do pop up now and then. So I actually have 2 copies of this, and I'll explain why in a second, but this was a little worse for wear. The box isn't in as clean condition as the other one. The reason I have 2 is because blue tapes were randomly inserted in boxes. One of my early videos, one of my first videos, maybe the first video I ever did, was me kind of unsealing this box, one of these boxes, and in that box was a black, regular, standard, run-of-the-mill VHS tape. I don't remember, this was a long time ago. I had gone online, just wanted to see if I could find a blue tape. When I ran across them, they were sold sealed, which is cool for, preservation, but I was really looking for a blue tape to go along with my black one. And I don't remember if it was like a lucky thing where I opened it and it was blue, or if I bought it and I knew it was blue. I honestly can't remember. But yeah, so this is one of the randomly inserted blue tapes. Like I said, I don't remember if I got lucky with this or if I knew it was blue when I bought it, but yeah, so I had to have both variations because I'm a nut job. And just for comparison, this is the black version. This is the standard version that most of the tapes were made from. It's kind of cool because it's got black spools, so that is a nice touch. But yeah, this is the standard black one. I just wanted to show that off for comparison reasons. And then they do both come with minimum underdrive zine number 1. I believe all or most of the VHS tapes came with these little zines, which is really cool. And I do plan on scanning these. I think I scanned this one already. I'll link it below because when I did my video originally, I think I scanned them, but I don't remember. It was a long time ago. But yeah, Cards of Death, it's a great movie. That, as far as I know, to this day, that's still the only release of it. You can probably find it online if you search hard enough, but as far as I know, that's still the best way to watch it, is that tape or an original, which I'm sure is not cheap. And to move on to the next one, we have the Soul Tangler. Now this obviously was the second one Bleeding Skull did, and you'll notice these are both in big box cases, which is really cool. This is something that they didn't do again after Soul Tangler. This was the last one to have a big box. I don't know why. It could be for a number of different reasons. Could be cost, could be feasibility of putting these things together. And this is the same kind of story as Cards of Death, where they had randomly inserted colors, except for Soul Tangler they did yellow randomly inserted colors. Again, I don't know how many of these there are. I did manage to get my hands on, actually in that unboxing I did like years ago, this is the one that I unboxed, and this is the yellow Soul Tangler tape. Definitely my favorite looking. I like the look of the blue too, but there's something about that yellow label and the yellow tape that's like so cool. So yeah, that's the yellow Soul Tangler tape, randomly inserted. And then here's the black tape. This one is, you know, just a standard VHS tape. It doesn't have the black spools. Maybe some of them did. I don't know if they printed these on new old stock or just whatever they had laying around. Who knows? But yeah, that's the black one. And like I said, I have both of these as well because I'm just crazy like that. But again, you find those on eBay more easily than Cards of Death. So if you're looking for one, you probably will have good luck. So moving on to Bleeding Skull number 3, that is Run Coyote Run. They switched over to clamshells for these, and no colored tapes as far as I know. Pretty much all these going forward were on standard black cassette tapes. This one has a zine as well, number 3, minimum underdrive, and just a blank cassette tape, or a black cassette tape right here. So it has the zine and all that. And this also comes with this poster here of one of the characters from the film, from the movie. I don't know if it's rare to have this or not, but it did come with mine, so I'm lucky to have that. Run Coyote Run, not my favorite release from them. For a while, I think they did release this on Blu-ray with AGFA, and I think for a long time this was not sold out on Vinegar Syndrome's website. It seems to be one of their like not as good selling movies, and I can see why. It's not great, it's fine, you know, but it's not my favorite of theirs, I guess we'll just say that. But number 4 is definitely where things pick up a little bit, and that is with Night Feeder. Yeah, I mean, that cover kind of says it all, doesn't it? Night Feeder BSV 004. They were still working with Mondo for this. I think all of their VHS releases were in partnership with Mondo, but just look at that on the back. That's amazing. This is almost like a noir, punk noir, street filth kind of movie. I don't really know how to describe it, but I highly recommend checking it out because it is bananas in the best way possible. And again, this came with a zine. I think I have the zine for all of these. Minimum underdrive number 4. You can see that little baby right there, the Night Feeder. And then here's the tape. Night Feeder. Again, nothing too special, but it is a heavy-duty tape, I will say that. And this one also seems kind of hard to find. I was lucky with this one. Can't remember how much I paid for it or when I even got it, but I was keeping an eye out for it for a while, and it just didn't seem to pop up often. You know, if you're looking for it, keep an eye out because they do show up if you're diligent enough. BSV number 5, Scary Tales. This is an anthology film by Doug Ulrich, so it's actually, I think, 3 movies, or 3 short films. 3 tales of terror told by a faceless storyteller better known as the Grim Reaper. So this is a lot of fun, kind of a backyard, you know, DIY. A lot of these are like that, but this has much more of a DIY feel than something like Night Feeder. But man, that's a lot of fun, you know. I highly recommend picking, you know, not this up necessarily, but this was released on Blu-ray as well. So great little, like I said, backyard DIY anthology. And again, we have the zine there, Scary Tales, minimum underdrive 5. There's the cassette tape, Scary Tales, 1993, no budget productions. Bleeding Skull video number 6, Blonde Death, of course, one of the greatest shot-on-video movies ever made, if you ask me.
Hi, this is me, Tammy Lynn Bieberdorf, and these are my memoirs, in case we don't get out of here alive.
Hilarious, so well done, outstanding, frequently hilarious, subversive humor, cataclysm of sex and violence. This was actually a co-release, I think it was Verboten Video or something like Verboten Video, Mondo, and Bleeding Skull. All conjoined forces to release Blonde Death on VHS, and this one actually commands a higher price than some of the others, I think just because of its notoriety. I think there are 2 versions of this, and I'm not sure why. If I can find it, I'll put it up here real quick, but I believe it has a black clamshell. The tape may look a little bit different. This is the cassette that I have, and again, I don't know if that is just because of they were using whatever stock they had at the time or what. So I would be curious to know if there's like a different version of this, not the movie, but just the release. That's something that kind of interests me. As an honorable mention, I also have the Degausser video release of Blonde Death on VHS. This was released when Bleeding Skull put out their first Blu-ray as just a partner label on their own with Vinegar Syndrome. This was released alongside it. This has the light up LED VHS in there. I think well, actually it is lit up right now. You just can't probably see it very well, but the LEDs light up as you open it, and the VHS actually, it's kind of cool. It's see-through, obviously, with some sparkle in it. And then embossed on there is DV for Degausser video. So I thought that was really cool. But yeah, this is the only one of these that I have. I know Degausser puts out, and then underneath the tape there you can see where those LEDs come from. I know they put out these kind of collector VHSs occasionally, but this is the only one that I've bought just because it was Blonde Death. But they're really cool and really nice collector's pieces. They tend to sell out pretty fast. I think this was limited to like 50 or 100 or something like that. So happy to have this. And definitely go check out Blonde Death. If you're like trying to get into shot on video film. If you're trying to get into shot on video movies, Blonde Death is definitely one to check out. And now for my favorite release by Bleeding Skull. Holy crap. I love this movie. It's so bad it's good in a lot of ways, and there's a couple of reasons why it has a special place in my heart, and that is Heavy Metal Massacre. This is Bleeding Skull video
666.
Heavy Metal Massacre. Starring Bobby Young, 1989, 90 minutes. Heavy metal serial killer is on the loose. The killer preys on young girls that he allures at a heavy metal club. Once taken in, unsuspecting victims are tortured, murdered, blah, 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 blah. Giant sledgehammer and chainsaw. Yeah, just a train ride to hell. It's so crazy. Hard to find this one. This one was limited to 250 copies. So I think it might be the most limited out of all of these, but they do still pop up occasionally. And I did have to kind of bite the bullet on this one and spend a little bit more. I don't remember what I paid for it. Let's just say it was over $50. Here's the tape. Heavy Metal Massacre. Unfortunately, this was supposed to come with an essay and a poster, but I don't have those, so I just have the cassette. Eventually, if I can find it for the right price, I'd like to get it with the poster and with the essay, but just having the movie is cool enough. But just to complete my collection, I would like to have those. One of the reasons this is so near and dear to my heart is because this actually was filmed in Providence, Rhode Island, which is where I live and near where I grew up. So you'll see, like, if you're from that area, you'll see a lot of like landmarks and stuff, and even like allusions to like clubs and stuff that like some of them don't exist anymore, but I remember them from like back in 25 years ago or something, not to show my age. And this was filmed in 1989, so I wasn't even born yet. But a lot of the landmarks are still there, and a lot of the stuff places they go are still there, or I've been to when I was younger. So it is really cool, kind of a local legend kind of a movie, being filmed in my home city, I guess you'd call it. Heavy Metal Massacre, incredible. And the last Bleeding Skull release is Jungle Trap.
Dinner served.
Bleeding Skull 007. This is actually a really cool, fun movie. This was actually released with Run Coyote Run. Once they put this out on Blu-ray, they were actually put together on the same release. This was actually scored by Joe Ziemba and Annie. I believe Annie helped with the music. Maybe Zach was part of that. They're all part of Bleeding Skull, and it says there, music Taken by Savages. So really cool soundtrack, really awesome lo-fi synth stuff. Highly recommend checking this out. This is actually a lot of fun. Again, not one of my favorite releases or movies, but not a bad time. What's really cool about this is this came with a poster right here. I always wanted to frame it, but I felt like maybe it was best to just keep it in the case, but really like that. Here's the cassette tape, VHS, Jungle Trap. But what's extra special about this release is I have kind of a weird story where I was looking for this online, or I think I had bought something from somebody. I think I had bought the DVD from him. I think that's what it was. I was talking to this guy, and he said, hey, by the way, I have the Kickstarter version of Jungle Trap on VHS. And I was like, what do you mean Kickstarter version? I didn't know. I had no idea there was a Kickstarter version of this. I never knew this existed. I'll put it up here because the website's actually still active. There was a Kickstarter for Jungle Trap to be released on VHS and DVD. I think if you pledge like $30, you got the DVD of Jungle Trap, which as far as I know, might be the only way to get that DVD. I could be wrong about that. But they also would send you a green copy of Jungle Trap. And that's what this is. A green copy of Jungle Trap. And so when he told me that, I was like, oh my God, I have, I'll definitely buy it from you. And he was really generous with the price. And so yeah, thank you. You know who you are. But here it is. Jungle Trap. VHS green. You can see it's still in its plastic. It is open, but it's in its plastic. And there's a note from the guy on the back, KS tape for Kickstarter, so I know which one is which. Actually, no, this isn't open. This is still sealed. I guess we can open it together. Let's do that. So there's that little tag right there. Let's just cut it open. A live on camera unsealing of a green Jungle Trap tape. That probably only excites me. I'm probably like one of 10 people maybe in the world who cares about this, but I am pretty excited. Here it is, guys, moment of truth. I've never seen this. It's black. It's a black tape. Tape's black. It's not green, it's black. I don't understand. I don't understand. Did they send him the wrong tape? Did I do something to deserve this?
I'm confused.
This is hilarious. Oh my God. All this time, I had 2 copies of Jungle Trap, thinking one of them was green, and it was the rarest tape I had from my Bleeding Skull collection. They're both black. Am I like colorblind? Am I missing something here? This one's black. These are both black, right? This isn't some shade of dark green. What? Wow. Now I don't even know which one's which. Well, guys, that just goes to show you that sometimes life throws you a curveball, and not everything you thought was going to happen would happen. And sometimes you just have to let empirical evidence crush your hopes and dreams in a blaze of glory live on the internet.
Want to see me get hurt? Will that cheer you up some?
It's okay to say you're wrong, and I was wrong. I don't care. I don't care. Well, anyway, there you go, guys. That is my Bleeding Skull. Oh, and here's the DVD of Jungle Trap. This is also sealed, and I just don't have the heart to open it right now. So this has been my VHS collection of Bleeding Skull. I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to go curl up in the shower and rethink my life. But I hope that you have a great weekend, and I'll see you back here very soon. Bye, guys.
It's not a big deal. Look, see? See how quick it goes away?
A massive thank you to my Patreon supporters. If you would like to support this channel, you can find those links in the description. Bye bye.